YouTube, it's Charlie from Reader Turned Writer, and today I am sharing my Christmas plans for the month of December with my children and my children's books. So last year I started a new tradition that I saw on Pinterest, which was having my kids unwrap picture books, one picture book each day as kind of a countdown to Christmas. I really liked that idea because we are a book family. We very much have like a bookish environment in our home. And I had been kind of collecting some Christmas books. It gave me an excuse to buy some more Christmas picture books that I liked. And it was just a fun thing to do with my kids. And I love Christmas. I love holidays, I love planning, I love going overboard, but we really try not to go overboard on buying presents because we do try to be more minimalist and we try to be very conscious about the kind of toys that we buy for our kids. So this was a way to have them unwrap more and for me to get to wrap more, and also just to have fun. And so what I did is I took each picture book and I tried to have like one of the activities that I like to do with my kids, and so we unwrap the book and then I tell them what activity we're doing that day. And sometimes that's for homeschool, sometimes it's as a family, if it's like a weekend or something, or in the evening. And I have them kind of organized by day, like some work better on Sundays or on a Friday or something. And I also have kind of figured out which days I want to watch the different Christmas movies we want to watch, because I love rewatching all the Christmas movies every year. My kids love to rewatch, you know, like Rudolph and Frosty and stuff. So I have that figured out, plus the ones that we like want to try that I haven't seen before. So I'm just going to go through, tell you what each day I have planned for from December 1st to December 24th, because we don't do anything on Christmas because it's Christmas, we open presents. So December 1st is a Tuesday this year, and we are reading C is for Christmas. Now this is a picture book that I really love. I think my mom gave it to me one of the first years that I had Ashton, and it just has really beautiful illustrations. I'll try and find some of my favorites as I'm talking here, but it's just a kind of more of a generic Christmas book where it just goes through and it lists different words that are Christmas themed around the alphabet, like T is for Tannenbaum, and it's also a poem, and it's very Christ-centered, and I love the book. Here is one of my favorite pictures in the book. I love the Christmassy, wintry atmosphere of the book and the Christ-centeredness, and the kids love, you know, it's good for kids to be exposed to the alphabet and stuff, and it's a cute little rhyme too. I picked this one because it is more of a generic Christmas book, and so it will kind of go well to kick off our Christmas season. And on the first day we're going to make a Christmas countdown chain out of paper for each of the kids so that they can have that to count down to Christmas, and we hang that up next to our back door. And then we'll also get out the decorations and decorate. So that will be our activity to kind of go with our Christmassy book, that we just have a generic first Christmas book. And I will wrap each of these, and then on the back when I wrap them, I just write what day I want to do them, what book it is, because sometimes I have to switch around the days. Like last year, the day we were going to go see Santa, they were throwing up, so I had to find a different day to go see Santa and switch around the days a little. And then I write what activity I'm doing with it too, just so that when I grab it, it's easy to tell. But I do have it all like written down in like 5 different places, because who doesn't love lists? The movies that we are going to watch that day are Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, Frosty the Snowman, and Olaf's Frozen Adventure. Frosty and Rudolph are like, you know, the classic, at least for me, they were the ones that I always watched growing up, and so I always wanted to watch them when it was, you know, the day after Thanksgiving, which is when we started Christmas, but I am doing December. My husband likes to wait to December, so it works out well. And Olaf's Frozen Adventure is just a cute little one, and they're all kind of short, so it'll be good to watch them all at once. On the 2nd, I want to have them write letters to Santa, and they've already told me what they want from Santa, so hopefully there's no surprises. Last year, when my 4-year-old was 3, I started asking them in October what they wanted, because that's kind of when I start planning Christmas, and my 3-year-old just didn't really know. She just kind of was like, whatever, candy, you know. And then we wrote letters to Santa kind of like the 2nd week or something in December, and I sat down to have her write, you know, I was expecting her to say, I want candy, I love you, Santa, blah, blah, blah. And she said, Santa, please bring me ballet slippers and a teddy bear. And she was set on getting ballet slippers and a teddy bear. And luckily, Santa did bring them to her, but I was very caught off guard. And so I decided that I want to have them write letters to Santa early so he knows earlier what to bring them. And the book that I have with this is Corduroy's Christmas Surprise. This isn't necessarily my favorite Christmas book. I love the original Corduroy. The spin-offs are not my favorite, but the kids do actually really like this one. And it's kind of a cute story, and it's very set around like what Corduroy is asking Santa for, and Corduroy writes Santa a few different letters, so it goes well with writing to Santa. I'll probably read this until my kids get tired of it to them every year, so even though it's not necessarily my favorite, it's not that I don't like it, it's just like an okay Christmas book. And the main movie I want to watch with the kids for this one is Santa Claus is Coming to Town, because that's another classic one that I love, and it goes well with Santa theme. And then if we have time, I might try watching White Christmas and see if the kids are interested. They might like the dancing part. In the past, they've watched some of the dances and stuff with me for White Christmas. We'll see. On December 3rd, we will set up the kids' tree. We have a little mini tree that my husband and I used to use when we were first married that someone gave to us. And now we just set up upstairs in their rooms. We set it up and we make paper ornaments with them, and then they can go decorate it. So we'll do that probably as like a homeschool lesson. And the book that I picked isn't super themed to it. It's Llama Llama Jingle Bells. We love Llama Llama. I think the books are really cute. I actually think the TV show on Netflix is also really cute. And it has like some tree stuff in it. It's not necessarily all about a tree, but when we decorate our big tree is when I pull out the tree books. So this one works well for this activity because it's kind of like a kid activity. And then we're going to watch the TV Christmas episodes from Llama Llama because they have some cute episodes around Christmas. And then because those are kind of short, I will also let the kids watch Spirit Riding Free on Netflix is one of their favorite shows, and they have like a special Christmas episode that's a little bit longer that the kids, it's actually pretty cute too. And so we'll watch those two TV episodes. December 4th, we're going to read The Mismatched Nativity, and we actually have this nativity set. My mom got us this book with the nativity set a couple years ago on Christmas, and it's a really cute story about some kids who are very Christ-like towards this little boy who moves into their neighborhood. They use the pieces of their nativity to bring him like a gift, as a gift, and then they do like an activity with him that's like related to their nativity piece. And so each of these nativity pieces is from a different nativity, which is why it's mismatched. For the activity, we'll get out the nativity and set it up and just kind of talk about, you know, the nativity and what it represents. And this book always makes me cry at the end because Christ-like service like that always tears me up. The movies aren't really themed to the activity because we will be doing movie night. And so I picked two that I kind of thought my husband would like. He doesn't love rewatching Christmas movies as much as I do, so I try and pick ones that I think that he will like. So this year I picked Disney's A Christmas Carol, and it's a live action, I believe, but because it's by Disney, I'm hoping that maybe the kids will like it. And we've never seen it before. Like, obviously we've seen A Christmas Carol, but we've never seen the Disney's version. I think it's a little bit newer, and it's on Disney Plus. And so I'm gonna try watching that for movie night. And if it doesn't hold their interest, then we'll watch The Muppet Christmas Carol because they liked that last year. And if it does, then maybe we'll watch A Muppet Christmas Carol a different day. The next one I don't actually have the books for, but I will put them up here on the screen. And the first one is Emily's Perfect Christmas Tree, and the other one is Little Blue Truck's Christmas. So Little Blue Truck's Christmas is actually one that we did have, but last year my two-year-old, she was then one, she actually broke the spine, and I wasn't able to fix it. I was really sad because it's a really cute book. We love the original Little Blue Truck book, and at the end of the Christmas one it has lights on the Christmas tree that actually light up, and the kids really like that. And so I'm going to rebuy that one this year. It's only like $7 or something for the hardcover board book type one that has the lights that light up at the end. And we'll read that because it goes well with, we're decorating our tree this day because it's Saturday, and so we can do that as a family. We can set up the tree and decorate it, and we do a fake tree usually. Sometimes we go with my in-laws and we go and get a real tree, but we do have an artificial tree that is just easier. So, and my husband, he likes easy, and I like to do a lot of Christmas stuff, so if we can make it easy, then it's easier on him. Emily's Perfect Christmas Tree isn't one that I haven't actually read before, but I just saw it and I think it looks cute. it looks like the story is just about a girl who has in her mind like the perfect idea, like the idea of what a perfect Christmas tree is, and she thinks her family gets the wrong tree. But then she learns that Christmas isn't about the perfect Christmas tree, it's about her family as she's decorating the tree with her family, which that book seems to go really well with decorating the tree. And it also, that's something that like I feel like I would do, like be upset because things aren't perfect, but really you just have to let go and enjoy the time with your family, and because things never go exactly how you plan them to, and that can be hard for me, and that can be hard for one of my daughters as well. So I just thought it would be good to have both of them, and then when they outgrow the little blue truck one, then we can have the one that's good for older kids. And some of these board books, I will do that as they get older. I'll transition into older kids books and maybe do two as we have younger and older kids, but for now they all like both the books that are kind of for older kids and the board books. So because it's Saturday, usually on Saturdays we take the mornings pretty easy and I read a book and I let the kids watch some movies. So the two movies that I picked are two that my husband and I are obviously not really going to want to watch with the kids, and that is Swan Princess Christmas, which I haven't seen before, but my kids are totally into the Swan Princess right now, so we're gonna try it. And one that I grew up watching, which was Beauty and the Beast Enchanted Christmas, and I loved that one. My kids love it too. So they can watch those two movies kind of in the morning, and then in the afternoon, if we have time, you know, between decorating the tree and everything, I want to watch Miracle on 34th Street, and I'm going to watch the newer edition this day, but I always watch both editions, the old and the new. And I'll see if my kids are old enough yet to like be interested in it. We'll see. If not, then I might end up watching it on my own. So for Sunday the 6th, I actually have 3 different books. So, and they're all manger, like they're all kind of more religious related versus kind of like some of the ones that are more about Santa or trees or whatever. And they're all board books, and so eventually I'll probably switch to just one book about Christ. But I like to make cards to give with, we make cookies throughout the month and take them to different people in our neighborhood as Christmas gifts, and I like to take a card with it. And I love to make homemade simple cards that are about Christ and the manger and the nativity. So I have this one, which is Christmas in a Manger, and it's just a cute little board book that is kind of just goes through the different pieces of the nativity and tells you what they are, like the shepherds and the manger and the star. And it's a cute little introduction for kids to the nativity. And then this one is my first story, my first story of the first Christmas. That's kind of weird that it had 2 firsts in there. In the Book of Mormon, there's a section where it talks about what's happening in the Americas, where the Nephites are in the Book of Mormon when Christ is born and like when he dies and stuff. And so this just kind of goes through and tells of the different signs and what happened in the Book of Mormon. So it kind of tells the Book of Mormon story of it. And then this one is basically One Baby Jesus is just like the 12 days of Christmas, but it's themed nativity. And I like that that falls on a Sunday because then we can have like our family scripture study that day, and just the whole spirit of the Sabbath geared towards how Christ is the center of Christmas and everything. The shows that I want to watch that day are very related to this. A lot of them were made by my church, and they're just about the nativity. Like there's the nativity, there's one called Wise Men Seek Him Still, there's a new one called The Christ Child. And so we'll just watch some different ones about the nativity. Last year we also found just like a cartoon of the nativity, and so it's just kind of fun to watch some different versions of it on YouTube, and it brings the spirit into our home. So then Monday, December 7th, we're reading one of my favorite Christmas books, How the Grinch Stole Christmas, and this is literally one of my favorites. I love this book. And I actually really love the cartoon. We'll watch the cartoon too. I don't love the live action movie. We don't ever watch the live action, but I did like the animated version that Netflix did last year, so we'll probably watch that again this year on this day too, The Grinch. And our activity with this is to put together a gift for a family in need, and we usually do like a basket with like fruit and maybe bread, some different things in it, and maybe gift cards and then cash. We try and find a family in need, my in-laws and I, and instead of exchanging gifts, which we used to do when my husband and I first got married, we use that money to help a family in need, because we don't need to exchange gifts with in-laws, and everything. And my kids are actually participating as well instead of exchanging gifts between their cousins. And I explained that to them. I explained that they are sacrificing a gift that they could get to help another child who wouldn't get any presents. And if we know enough about the family, then I can take my kids and they can pick out a toy for the child in need, which is really powerful, I feel like, to them. But even if we don't, they help put together the basket and we go and we drop it off anonymously and they get to be there for that as well. And I just feel like the theme of How the Grinch Stole Christmas and how Christmas isn't all about presents. It's not about what we get, it's about who we are helping and who we are with on Christmas that really matters. And so I just feel like this is a really good book to read on that day, and we can talk about that. And I love making sure, because my kids are very blessed. Like, my husband and I both grew up in families that didn't have a ton of money, but we never wanted. We were never hungry. We always had enough. We had lots for Christmas still, you know. And my kids are even better off than I was growing up. And I just want to make sure that they understand how blessed they are and that they can use their blessings to bless other people. Now, when I first put this together last year, I really wanted to put some snow activities, because Christmas is so fun when you can do snow activities like, you know, sledding or building a fort or whatever. But you can never know when it snows, and some years where we live, it doesn't snow until after Christmas even. And that's really sad. Or sometimes, like, the first snowfall will be Christmas. Sometimes the first snowfall is Halloween. It's really annoying. But I do like to make paper snowflakes with them, and so that's a way that we can do kind of a planned snow activity. And we have lots of snow books, but we have 2 snow books that are specifically more Christmassy. And the first one is Harold at the North Pole, and this is based off of the one Harold and his Purple Crayon, which we like that book too. And this one is just him in the North Pole. Our other one is also a board book, and it is Snowmen at Christmas, and it is kind of a spin-off of Snowmen at Night, which we also love that book too. And this one is very similar. It's just what the snowmen do when you're asleep at Christmas time. And these are both really cute books, and they're both pretty short, so I'm going to wrap them both up for this day, and then we're going to make paper snowflakes and hang them up on the girls' ceilings upstairs in the rooms, and they love this. My oldest is 6, and she especially loves making paper snowflakes. The main movie we're going to watch on that day is Arthur's Perfect Christmas, and this is one that I used to watch Arthur a lot when I was younger. As a parent watching it, I actually don't have my kids watch it very often because there are some things in it that bother me. Specifically, especially the way that Arthur and DW treat each other. I don't love it. I don't think we should encourage siblings to treat each other that way. But I did love it as a kid, and I just have a lot of nostalgia around this specific Arthur movie, because for some reason I just remember watching it as a child and I really wanted to have my kids watch it, so we bought it. It has all throughout the movie, Arthur wants the perfect Christmas, and part of that is for it to snow, so he really wants it to snow, and then at the end of Christmas Day it does end up snowing for him. So I just thought it went well with making paper snowflakes and the snow theme. And then there were 2 that I wanted to try with my kids. One of them is called Bob's Broken Sleigh, and I just think that that sounds like going on a sleigh in the snow sounds like it would fit our theme, so we'll see if we like that one. And the other one, my kids have one boy cousin on both sides, but the other one is really little, like 1-year-old. But they have one boy cousin that they play with, and he loves superheroes, and so now my kids love superheroes. Like, my 4-year-old was Spider-Gwen for Halloween. And so they have a superhero adventure frost fight movie that is, like, some people have said is kind of like Christmassy. So we're gonna try that one and just see what it's like. I think the frost part is why I put it with the snow. As of right now, on December 9th, we are planning to go visit Santa, if we can find somewhere that has Santa. I'm not sure how it will work with COVID. If they decide not to do Santa visits, then we will have to figure out something else to do. So I'm pretty sure we can find a Santa visit even if we need to rearrange the days a little bit. I kind of put it in the middle, kind of close to the beginning, but in the middle of the month, because that's usually when they start doing Santa visits. The book that I picked with this is The Christmas Wish. This is a really cute book that has really beautiful illustrations again. And it's just about this little girl who she wants to be Santa's helper, so she goes looking for Santa, and all the animals are helping her to find Santa as she goes along. And it's a beautiful story with beautiful illustrations, and it's centered around finding Santa. So I thought it went very well with the Santa visit. And the movie that we're going to watch is a little bit longer, so I just picked one movie, and it is A Year Without a Santa Claus. And that is also one that I remember watching growing up, and it's a Santa Claus movie, so that's why I put it here. On December 10th, it's a Thursday, the book is The Polar Express, another of my favorite books. I don't love the movie. I don't think that there has ever been a full-length movie made of a children's book that I actually liked. I really like it when they take a children's book and make a short movie, like Room on the Broom on Netflix is a really cute book and it's a really cute show. But that's off topic, so we'll get back to this. So the Polar Express movie doesn't bother me though. Even though I don't love it, it doesn't bother me. So we will read the Polar Express, and then we will do a pajama and hot chocolate party for homeschool while we watch the movie in the morning. The next book is The Gingerbread Man. My kids love this book. I don't love reading this book because it's very repetitive, but we only read it once a year for Christmas. And we have a good gingerbread cookie recipe and gingerbread man cookie cutters. So we will make gingerbread cookies and read The Gingerbread Man. And then there's actually like an animated gingerbread short. It's like 15 minutes or something on YouTube that the kids really like, and so we'll watch that as well. And then for movie night, because this is a Friday, we'll either watch 48 Christmas Wishes, which I've never seen, or Noel, which is also on Disney Plus, and I've never seen either of those. My husband can kind of pick which one he wants to try, and so then we'll see if we like it or not. And then on Saturday, when it's a family activity, we will make gingerbread houses together, and that's one of my favorite traditions. It's one that we did growing up. My mom actually has a recipe for gingerbread, and she would always make it from scratch and make the frosting and put together a big gingerbread house. And we've done that. I have made the gingerbread and my husband cuts it out, and we have made a gingerbread house like that. But now that we have a lot of little kids, it's actually easier and also just better to have like individual houses. We've tried the kits, but we didn't like the kit. Last year we tried it and it was kind of a pain. Like, it didn't make it easier. So this year we're just gonna get the graham crackers again and glue those together and cut out the roofs and stuff so that each of our kids can have an individual one. And I chose the You Are My Miracle by Marianne Cusimano Love for this one. This is a book that I actually got when I was pregnant with my first child, and I have read You Are My I Love You, but I actually like this one more. I think it's really cute. And I picked this one. We don't really have like a gingerbread house book, and I haven't ever seen one online that I love. So if you have one that you love, then you can let me know in the comments below and maybe I'll get it and try it. Where is the page? In this book, they make gingerbread houses together. Oh, here it is. Nope. Here it is. So they make gingerbread houses together, so I was like, you know, it fits. I didn't have anywhere else to put this book because it is more of a generic Christmas one. It doesn't have as much of like a specific theme that goes with an activity. And then because it is a Saturday, I'll let the kids watch a movie, and I decided to let them watch Elf for this one. They watched it last year and they loved it, so we ended up buying it and they really enjoyed the movie. It's like, for me, it's kind of like, I didn't watch it growing up, so I don't have the nostalgia around it, but they really liked it and I don't mind the movie. And then I will probably try and watch the older version of Miracle on 34th Street, whether it's with them or without will kind of depend on their interest again. So the 13th is a Sunday, so we want to have it be more around Christ again. So I found this book last year. It's called A Birthday Party for Jesus, and it's cute. This little bunny, they're all having a party for Jesus's birth, and he's not sure what to give him, and I think he ends up giving him love. The gift of love is what he ends up giving him. And so what we do for our little party for Jesus that we do during the month, my family and I used to have like a party for Jesus on Christmas Eve, and we would dress up fancy, we would make a menu for dinner, and we'd do like a little program and act out the nativity, and my mom would make a chocolate cheesecake and we'd sing to Jesus happy birthday and blow out the candles. And we have different Christmas Eve traditions now because it's just, you know, how families grow. But I still wanted to have like a little party for Jesus because I think that really reinforces for little kids that it is about Jesus's birth, and it is about celebrating the birth of Christ and his life, and they understand birthday parties. I just have a little treat. We light candles, sing happy birthday, and blow it out, eat our treat, and while we're eating our treat, we each write down a gift for Jesus. That was something that we will do that year to give him, just to be a little bit better and a little bit more like him, and then we keep the envelopes and put them away. on the tree. And then the movie this day, I decided to let the kids watch. There was a 2003 cartoon of A Christmas Carol, and it's on, I think it's on Disney Plus. And I was going to have the kids watch that because I think the cartoon might be more interesting to them. As we're choosing things to do to become better, that's kind of what Scrooge does. He wants to become better and more like Christ as he finishes his dreams or whatever, and so I just thought it was kind of applicable. There's also one, I think it's on Amazon Prime, but maybe it's on Disney Plus, I can't remember where it is, but it was just like Christmas lights, and I thought that my kids might like it because they love looking at Christmas lights, so we're just going to try that and see what it's like. So on Monday we are going to make gifts for our extended family. So my 6-year-old, when she was 4, she was determined to make books for pretty much everybody in our extended family, and we have a pretty big extended family. And last year she wanted to make gifts again, so she did bookmarks where she put tape on them in their name and like made personalized painted bookmarks for each person. And I managed to talk her into doing less people, not every single person in our family, but this year I know that she's going to want to do that again. She's thinking of making word searches because that's her newest thing, is to make word searches. So I'm going to help her do that, and if Parker wants to make anything, I can help her do that. She's 4. And we will read this. It is Mouse's Christmas Gift, and it's just about this mouse. He just thinks he's too little to make a difference, but he is able to bring together a whole bunch of people to worship Christ at the end, and that's kind of his gift to Jesus. And it's a really cute, touching story, and I think it goes really well with the idea of making gifts for other people. And the movie we're going to watch is How the Toys Saved Christmas. I have not seen this since I was really little, and I don't really remember the movie, but I like have a specific memory of watching it at my cousin's house at Christmas time once, so I like want to try it with the kids. So we're going to try it and see what we think of it. Tuesday, it doesn't really have a theme. So I was just trying to think of something we could do for our homeschool activity, since I had a hole here for the activity, and I saw that they have Christmas Play-Doh recipes online. We love to make Play-Doh, and these ones are like candy cane flavor or gingerbread flavor, and I think you can put scents in them to make them even smell that way, and like the coloring to make them look like, you know, like red for peppermint and brown for gingerbread. And so we're going to make different Christmas Play-Doh and do Play-Doh for our homeschool activity. And I just kind of picked a generic Christmas book that we have that I didn't have put anywhere else, and it is A Christmas Wish, and it's just Peter Rabbit but at Christmas time, and it's pretty cute. And we're gonna watch Claus on Netflix. We watched it last year for a movie night and really enjoyed it. Then on Wednesday we are going to make cookies for our neighbors. I like to make 4 different kinds and then put them on different plates and take them. And like when we make gingerbread cookies, we'll probably take those to some neighbors too. But this is our big, I want to hit most of the people in our neighborhood that I want to give gifts to. And I like to make snickerdoodles. I like to make M&M, basically chocolate chip cookies, but with the M&M Christmas M&Ms, and then I like to make chocolate chip cookies but make them red and then put white chocolate chips in them. And maybe I'll do peppermint chocolate chips too or something. I don't actually like peppermint, but I know other people do. And then I like to make chocolate kiss cookies but use like sprinkles, so then they're like Christmassy. So those are the 4 types that I like to make, and then we put each kind on different plates and take them around with our cards. And for this one, I picked the book Merry Christmas, Little Pookie. We love Sandra Boynton. This book is really cute, and it's mostly about Pookie having like a family party with his neighbors, and so the neighbor aspect just seemed applicable with, you know, making cookies and delivering them to our neighbors. I have a lot of movies picked for this day because it is pretty exhausting to make all of the different cookies and deliver them, and I might leave the kids behind during some of the deliveries or just take a break, you know, or while I'm making the cookies try and distract them or whatever. So I have 2 Winnie the Pooh ones because my youngest loves Winnie the Pooh and she is the one that needs to be the most distracted. So I have A Very Merry Pooh Year and Winnie the Pooh and Christmas 2. So those are the 2 Christmas Winnie the Pooh ones. And then there's one, I think it's on Amazon, it's called The Snowman, and we've never watched it, but I thought we could try it. It looked like one that the kids might like. And the other one is A Christmas in New York, and it is a cartoon that is also on Amazon that looks like it would be really good for Ashton and Parker. And then the next day, because Wednesday is probably going to be exhausting, I picked just a really simple, easy activity, and that is just doing Christmas crafts. And they can hang them up on the stairs or wherever they want to. Just make Christmas themed objects out of paper. And for this book I picked Clifford's Christmas Presents. And this one is kind of more of a generic Christmas book. My kids really like it because it is lift and flap. It has a whole bunch of lift and flap things all throughout the book, so they can each take turns doing the different flaps. And this day we're going to watch a couple different movies that are a little bit shorter. One is Franklin's Magic Christmas Special. And it's just Franklin the turtle, and it's just like a Christmas one. We actually stumbled on it last year on YouTube on accident, but the kids wanted to watch it like 50 times, so I figured they'll like it this year. The other one that we haven't seen before but that we want to try is Tom and Jerry's Nutcracker Tale. The kids really, they were introduced to Tom and Jerry this year and they liked them, so I think that they'll like it, the Nutcracker one of Tom and Jerry. I've never seen it, so I don't know what it's like. So the 18th is another Friday, so it's a movie night, and I really like this book. It's called The Legend of the Candy Cane, and it just talks about how the candy cane came to be, but also it really goes into the symbolism of the candy cane and how it ties to Christ and why we eat candy canes at Christmas. It actually is different illustrations than the one that we originally read. The one that we originally read had like older style decorations, and these are like newer, but I actually like both. And for our activity, we're going to have a candy cane party. So while we read this book together, they get to eat a candy cane and then put some candy canes on our Christmas tree. And then we will make candy canes out of paper and like glue the stripes on and stuff. And then we will also, if we have time, we will make butter cookies. And then I can separate half of it out in Diet Red, and they can roll them out and make candy cane shaped cookies out of it. And then for our movie night, we're going to watch A Charlie Brown Christmas, which we watch every year because it's just a classic, but it's really short, so then I had to pick a different one. And the other one that I picked was The Legend of the Christmas Witch. And this is one that I've never seen and my husband's never seen, so hopefully we enjoy it. The 19th is a Saturday, and so it is a family activity, and one of our family traditions is to make an ornament together. Instead of buying an ornament each year, we each make one. And this is a tradition that started way back when my husband and I were first married our first year, and we had no money, and ever since then we've made ornaments as a family, and it's been really fun. And to go with this, I have one about ornaments, and it's called The Broken Ornament. And this boy just kind of learns, he breaks his mom's family heirloom ornament. He kind of learns how to apologize to her throughout the book for it. And it's a fairly cute book. It's not my absolute favorite Christmas book, but it is cute. And then the 20th is another Sunday, and I don't know for sure that we're going to be able to do this, but what I would really love to do is get my in-laws and go to like a nursing center or somewhere to do caroling. I don't know if they're going to agree to that, or if my husband's going to agree to that, but that's what I would love to do. I would love to do some sort of service, and caroling feels like a really good one. And so to go with this, I picked Away in a Manger, and this is just the song to really beautiful, beautiful illustrations all throughout the book. I'm trying to show it to you without the sun glaring on them. I love the different portrayals of the nativity throughout this book, but it is a short book, and so I'd also love to read The Little Drummer Boy. This is based off of the song, and it's a cute story. It is kind of long. It has a lot of words on each of the pages, but he comes and he doesn't know what to give Christ, right? So then he sings him or plays him a song, and so I just thought that was really, good for a caroling experience. Like, it really matched. And of course we will watch the Little Drummer Boy cartoon as our movie. And there's another one that I want to try on one of the Sundays, maybe this one, but maybe a different one, and it's called Christmas Oranges. I'm curious what the movie's like. So we're getting close to the end now, December 21st. And for this one, I found this book last year. It's called The Nutcracker, and it just tells the story of the ballet, and it has beautiful illustrations. My 4-year-old loves ballet. She loves The Nutcracker. Our activity doesn't really match with this. It is looking at Christmas lights. We'll drive around at night as a family, so for homeschool, we'll probably end up doing some sort of Christmas craft. We have 3 different things to watch for this one. We have The Nutcracker Prince, which is a cartoon that I used to watch when I was little, and I absolutely love it, and my kids like it too. And we have Barbie Nutcracker, and my kids love the Barbie movies. I'm kind of like whatever about them. I don't love them, but they don't bother me enough to stop them from watching them, but I don't love the Barbie movies. But I remember watching the Barbie Nutcracker movie when I was younger, and so we'll watch it. And then the other one is the Nutcracker Ballet, which they have on YouTube, and the actual ballet of it, and like I said, my 4-year-old loves it. So on Tuesday, we're getting really close to Christmas now. This is a tradition that I kind of stole from my aunt. She always had her kids make presents for each other, which I thought was really cool. And I am going to read The Gift of the Magi with them. This is one of my favorite Christmas stories, and this version of the book has really pretty illustrations. And this is like the original story of it, I think, like the actual old-fashioned language and everything in it. And I just thought it went well with, you know, making gifts for other people, trying to find, because kids don't have a lot of money, and so making gifts is one way that they can kind of sacrifice their time to give to other people. And then the movies that we're going to watch are the Mickey Mouse Christmas ones. And so they have Once Upon a Christmas, Twice Upon a Christmas. There's like one with Pluto that's really short, it's like 7 minutes or something. And there's the Mickey Mouse Christmas Carol, and it is also really short. In one of the Mickey Mouse, like Once Upon a Christmas or Twice Upon, I don't remember which one, it has a Mickey Mouse version of the Gift of the Magi, so that's why I put it here. And I actually really like all of the Mickey Mouse Christmas movies that they have. And then Wednesday, December 23rd, we are going to make more cookies, and we make sugar cookies 3 times a year. We make them at Valentine's Day, Halloween, and Christmas. And so we'll make sugar cookies, and then we'll make homemade Oreos, and we'll do the frosting in the Oreos red and green, so it's like Christmassy. Those will be the cookies that we leave for Santa. So this is the day we're making cookies for Santa, basically, and we will probably still give some away because our sugar cookie recipe makes a lot of cookies. But it's really fun for the kids to decorate the sugar cookies and everything and use the cookie cutters and stuff. We're doing it on the day before Christmas Eve because Christmas Eve is usually we're trying to get ready for Christmas Eve stuff during the day. So, and making sugar cookies is a big job when you have 3 little kids. It's pretty exhausting. But this is like the perfect book to go with it because it just is the bear and his mom making and decorating sugar cookies. So, and it's called Christmas Cookie Day. The movie that we're going to watch on the 23rd is If You Give a Mouse a Christmas Cookie. So it's applicable. And then that one's pretty short, so then we'll probably also watch Barbie's Perfect Christmas, another Christmas Barbie one. That one's on Hulu. I think the Swan Princess Christmas is also on Hulu. Christmas Eve will be the last day that we open a book, and I have The Night Before Christmas because it is the night before Christmas. Although we do read it in the morning, at night I want to get A Christmas Dress for Ellen, which was my favorite Christmas book, and read it to them before bed. We can read The Night Before Christmas, and they can rewatch whatever Christmas movies that they want to. I don't have a Christmas movie planned for this day, so they'll probably want to rewatch like Rudolph or Frosty or something, you know. But they can just kind of pick their favorite ones to rewatch. We can just relax all morning. I'm going to print off some coloring pages for them too, so we're not just watching movies all day. And then we'll do our Christmas Eve stuff in the evening. That is my plan for December. I have been planning this for a long time. I get really excited about Christmas and I start planning pretty early. In the comments below, I would love to hear about your favorite Christmas tradition, even if it's really simple or one that a lot of people do. I would love to hear about it. If you liked this video, don't forget to hit that thumbs up and subscribe for lots of writing content. Thank you so much for watching my video. I will see you in the next one.